Rebellion.
Exactly.
First leg, that's what beat them, and maybe that's what inspired Coach Chico to go for the fighters. Let's see.
Let's see indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome you into the drafting phase of game number 1 between the Blue Bulls and the Red Robots. And it does appear that Bigetron are going to be on the second pick. The pick they prefer here with the Joy, Valentina, Matilda taken away by Rebellion Zion. Bigetron Alpha go with a Kaja, Iritel, and a Paquito.
Completely different from their regular season strat. It is full respect here in the playoffs. But I'm sorry, man. Before we talk about anything else, we're on the Rebellion side, we're on the left side, and my goodness. I don't know if they're this much louder than the Bigetron fans, or it's because we're just on the side, but props to the Rebellion Zion fans, man. I don't know what they did the last 2 weeks, but my God, Rebellion Zion's fans are on a roll. I love it. I really love the energy.
It's the playoffs, man. We saw DeoY United earlier, went home, and hopefully Rebellion, they're looking to not accompany DeoY United with the fans.
Oh, true. We'll see. But now Rebellion Zion pick up something like the Angela here. Bigetron Alpha respond very quickly with the Boxia. What do you think is going to be accompanying the Boxia here in the first phase?
Securing a hero like the Terizla, I think, would be a solid choice, a safe choice. But knowing Bigetron Alpha, the Valentina that's already been banned out means that Rebellion Zion are already starting to try to target Moreno down. Picking a hero for Moreno, denying the Eve away, picking a Novaria would be a pretty good choice, and that's what they go for. They need to secure that pick for Moreno.
And Loki can be flexed, right? Sure,
True.
It is 80% towards the hands of the mid laner, but then again, he, if needed, can step up to the plate, play the Novaria. Again, what this Novaria adds is depth. You got range, you got poke, slash burst potential, which asks a question, Rebellion. If they pick up a hero like the, let's say, the Beatrix, easy poke for the Novaria.
Also vision, right?
As well, yeah.
Vision is something that Novaria executes very well, and it comes in very handy when they go in for neutral objective takes, or maybe even options to go for pickoffs on the side lane. So that's definitely something that they have in their pocket for Bigetron Alpha to utilize. And Rebellion Zion, quick response. You mentioned the Beatrix. The Beatrix is still going to be picked up, and the Edith, as this brings us to a fun fact. The Luckbringer. With their entry into the MPL ID Season 12 playoffs, this marks the 3rd time Rebellion Zion has had the chance to compete in MPLI, with Suelo being the only consistent player across these 3 opportunities. And you ask the question, why? Why is Suelo the constant presence in Rebellion Zion? And I think we mentioned this backstage, the fact that he's able to not only just be that backline presence that a mid laner is usually accustomed to, but he's also a really big impact in decision making, and I think that's very important. So the decision is here. What will Suelo utilize as we enter the second phase?
Well, I'll answer your question a bit as well there. What makes Suelo such a core member in this team, and why is he always in this roster despite the changes in lineups for the last 3 seasons? I would say, according to the statistics, there is a statistic where it's damage per goal, I think, right? It's how much damage you do per how much gold you get. And Suelo's up there. He is really up there. He's one of the mid laners who don't need a lot. He doesn't need a lot of resources. He can get just the minimal amount of resources, but still be able to output as much damage as the others who are getting much more than him. He's such a consistent player because of that. The team can be losing, but he'll still be able to dish out proper damage towards the enemy team. And that's why, how he's able to maneuver around the map, how he's able to choose his angles, the thinker style of mid laner. That's what makes him special.
Very good conversion rate, right?
Yep.
In that sense. Let's see here, second phase. For Edron, I expect a Martis ban in the next coming ban for side of Bigetron, but take a look at Rebellion here. They know, like, hey, life's the Atlas. And technically, Bigetron has yet to pick up a roamer, but there you go. Not the Martis, but the Akai. Akai has risen to its popularity here, it seems like, today.
Since the patch, I would say, with the
Since the
Akai
patch.
buff. And looking at it, with the Baksha, you do have one job in mind, neutral objective control. up against the Fredrin, up against the Akai, these two picks can really halt you at doing just that. And technically, for now, we do see that Bigetron Alpha are kind of following the keys to victory, right? They're playing it very, very intelligently in this draft by picking a utility jungler for Supercan, not going for the straight choice of Assassin for Supercan, and then getting a good matchup for Shive. This Bruno-Beatrix matchup is still favorable for the Bruno, despite the nerfs onto the early game base damage of Bruno. But Reliant are doing the same thing, kind of, except that Audi pick, the Angela. I have a feeling that this Angela is going to be the mid laner. I have a feeling that Audi will choose to go for this Edith as roam.
It's a viable option. It is still on the board. It is still asking Bigetron a big question. And it asks this composition a big question. Very minimal crowd control here from the side of Bigetron. Only the Shield Unity and technically the Worldy. And there you go. They add a big crowd control in their lineup to have more control, to have more say as well in the team fights.
And it's flexed.
And it's flexed. Room or EXP? Damage Grok or tanky Grok?
It's so tough. It's adding another layer towards Bigetron Alpha, but actually the same thing can be said
Exactly.
for Rebellion Zion.
There's so much depth.
These two masterminds are really putting in their work and really giving the opponents a run for their money right now.
They're playing draft chess, like virtual draft chess right now. They're trying to outthink one another. And for Rebellion, I think it stops now because they need to reveal all their cards. And it is going to be the Martis in the jungle. Some solid physical damage threat in the early. And guess what? It's as predicted. Edith will be the roamer. Or maybe they can swap that, but this is the duo mid. They're not going to go for a traditional mage in that mid lane. No Farsas, no Eve for Sway Low.
Man, it's going to be very interesting. Seems like Aldo really wants to meet his former team, Onyx, who is waiting in the next bracket. Let's see here, last pick. What will it be?
Oh, man.
What are they lacking here? How do you even read this at this point?
I mean, looking at it,
Rock roam.
I would say you need a sustainable source of damage. Grok, you can put him in roam, but you know what?
Khalid work? Does Khalid work?
Khalid would be actually not bad, but you know what? I'm thinking something like a Tyrant going in hard. If you want to facilitate that, never mind. They go for the Diggy instead. Against an E, that's the only CC that they kind of have to rely on. Interesting choice for Bigetron.
Huh.
It's Bruno Diggy. It's a combo.
I understand that. So is that like the only reason for picking up the Diggy? Is it to bully as well in that gold lane?
It is.
That's it, right?
Bruno, already a winning lane against the Beatrix. Now with the help of the Diggy, they're definitely going to have much more kill pressure around there. But what this means is they might have to let go of the first few neutral objectives. It's going to be very tough to compete against an Edith, Angela, Martis, Uranus combination in the XP lane. And the Grok as well, right? We'll have to see.
Here it is, ladies and gentlemen, the wings by wings of MPL as we take you into the land of Dawn for the first game of this best of 5 series between the Bold Bulls as well as the Red Robots. Will technology reign supreme or will nature come out on top?
Let's see who will strike first in this best of 5 series indeed. Spell check. Man, Bigetron, they love their flickers. So Rizzo here, oh, if he's not careful here, he will be chunked just like that.
Some good damage already. And to take a look at it, Super Chorizo went for the Quantum Charge. So technically with the regen and with a few hits down, they should be able to secure this. But you can see the goal for Audi. He knows, he played with Superken back in the Bigetron out beta, MDL Season 7 lineup, so he knows exactly how Superken plays. And looking at the emblems here, this is where we see a difference. We saw a focusing mark for the Angela previously, now we're seeing Impure Rage, which means that Sway Low is just going to be the one spamming. He wants to spam, he wants to utilize the Impure Rage as much as possible to stay in this lane while also dealing damage. And so far, he's doing a good job, even winning in the trade against Moreno.
And it also makes sense because it's a different role, you would say, right, as to what we saw previously. And it also gives a hint as to the playstyle that we will expect from Sway Low on the Angela. Meanwhile, in the gold lane, this was something that we did discuss earlier on. It did feel like Heisemore was caught in a very bad place. He was really pushed against the wall, and so Audi TZ with the roams that he did in the bottom side is forced here to the top. But Bigetron Alpha with Super Ken on the Boxia, already very quick to rotations, and I'm wondering who is going to have an advantage in the next upcoming turtle.
It depends, right? Because I would say numbers advantage should be Rebellion Zion, because Bigetron want to play this Diggy up in the gold lane to get Shive ahead. But when it comes down to CC, I would say Bigetron Alpha might actually be able to have a win in that department. Whoa, Shive, very aggressive there. With the Grok, with the Boxia, they should be able to lock the Smartest down, overwhelm him, even though he has Mortal Coil.
Oh, Sway Low forced to use the flicker there to block Super Ken's route. There you go, Super Ken. Gag 3 members. The decimation will take him down. Good setup by the Blue Bulls.
What a flicker by Sway Low.
Truly was, and the thing is, they didn't even need to utilize any CC, just pure damage to make that happen. Bigetron Alpha on the behind now, a disadvantage in terms of timing. And so this should go to Rebellion Zion absolutely for free. Super Cerezo with no follow-up, can't do much other than open up the map and create vision for his team.
A small win early, as that was just an outplay, I would say, right? A flicker from Sway Low, brilliant. But again, it's still, what? It's still that man advantage for Rebellion Zion. The reason they were able to force Super Ken in that position was the man advantage. Now let's take a look at the talent prediction by Samsung Galaxy A34, A54, 5G. 3-3.
Equal. It's equal. All is fair, man.
But do you think it's 4-2?
Ooh, Miracle. I see you. I see you.
I see you too, Gani. Do you see
you
us?
see our-
What am I witnessing here?
You're witnessing
Super
two people talk.
All is fair in love and war. But Rebellion Zion, 600 gold lead for the moment because of that play behind Sway Low earlier on. But it feels like a ticking time bomb. If Bigetron Alpha can continue to pressure in that gold lane, they might be able to work through that, utilizing that to the strengths that they have. And all the while, in the EXP lane, it's not too bad of a time for Super Cerezo either.
Nope, the only one who's having a bad time, I would say, would be Super Ken, because there's no way you can contest for these neutral objectives if Rebellion always have that man advantage around a neutral objective. Meanwhile, for Bigetron, I think the main game plan for them is to scale up with the Novaria and the Bruno. So far, they're playing their game quite well. Nice.
Yeah, but I feel like Bigetron, you're right, their play is just to weather the early game active in the mid. But take a look at the invade here. Vincent will steal
Fail
the
retry.
purple buff away. But yeah, it seems like Ken uses retry on that, so it's a huge win for Rebellion because Turtle now is up.
That was perfectly timed. There you go, Turtle spawning in just now. And without that retribution, there is no way that Super Ken is going to be able to get, especially with a level disadvantage against Vincent here. There you go, there it is.
Another
Rebellion Zion's
big win.
early pressure.
It's going to stack up, man. These little wins, these small wins. And the fact that Bigetron lost the purple buff, Vincent was able to steal it without red tree, shows you just how much power they have. And Super Ken isn't even able to secure this one, despite having the red tree. And now it gets bad. It goes from bad to worse, right? Because for the Boxia, you need to be ahead. This is a snowballing hero. And for the Martis, you also need to be ahead. So he is ahead and the Boxia is behind. This will only add up to Vincent being a more oppressive force as we get into the mid game.
But that's the thing, when we get into the late game, there's a looming danger in that Bruno. And he's getting there. The damage is already quite seen here. I understand that Heis isn't falling too far behind, but look at Bigetron Alpha just pulling up the gas, pushing on the pedal here in the top side, eyeing for that moment where Bruno comes online.
Oh, look at Cars. What the heck?
Yeah.
A two-wave clear cut in the bottom side of the map. This, if Fish Champion was here, it's a ballsy play.
Oh, and with that, right, with the Uranus pick, it forces Grok to build a Sea Halberd first item. That is a very, very intelligent play. But then again, two-wave cut displayed here by Cerezo. Let's see here, top side Super King. health HP. Audi, not too healthy as well. It seems like they want to gank this. They want to commit this for V2. Seems like Heisemore taking damage by Shiva. Shield Unity comes through. It seems like with the Mortal Coil, it will cancel out the stun. Bigetron Alpha, good control in picking their battles.
Oh, they're going in for more there in the top side.
I don't think so. Let's see here. Super Ken, Puissance Pop, Shiva, Worldy already as the minions cleared. Rebellion Zion disengaged.
1,000 gold lead for Rebellion, but it seems like even with it, they weren't able to really force the issue. They still have to respect that Bruno, who's been farming, who's been laning quite well. Shiva, taking a look at the items, has the Berserker's Fury. I don't know if he has the Haas Cloth, but with a turret here, that's a W for BTR. That's what they were working towards. And even Super Ken here, it seems like he wants to commit, he wants to try to steal it.
Let's see though, Shield Unity still active, Astrolaiko. It seems like with the barrier, the turtle will be resetted. Now Bigetron moving on towards the turtle. 5 members rotating here. So they will look for a contest. They will not give perfect turtle for the side of Rebellion Zion. Here Cars with the help of the hard guard. All stunned up though, Super Ken quite low. Still survives in the backside. Vincent low HP as the ball from Bruno still is rotating. They look for a reset, but Rebellion has more men in the turtle pit.
They do, and Super Ken is a level below right now of Vincent. That was nearly a really good engage from Bigetron Alpha had Vincent been taken down, but Super Ken now is at half health. Vincent is actually slowly getting to full, and it looks like Bigetron Alpha, they don't have what it takes to contest this. They're forced to let it go.
They really cannot contest for this, right? I think the best shot they had was when Vincent was actually low.
Yeah.
But Rebellion Zion were able to fend off through what? Through sustain. Yes, there's going to be a lot of damage output for the side of Bigetron Alpha, especially when that Bruno is given space to free hit like we saw earlier. But as long as that hard guard and as long as Cars is able to use the consecration, even with the Baxia, it's going to be tough. They need to combo their resources together. Maybe an Astral Sphere from afar, plus Shiva's damage to be able to kind of leave a dent, at least, towards Cars.
Do you think now is the time, though? I think they should... Oh, whoa, force the flicker there.
Let's see here, lowest kill count of the day, 9 minutes in. Bigetron and Rebellion Zion here still holding on, still really nitpicking their battles here. Again, 9 minutes in.
I mean, I have to really wait and look for the items here. I'm not too sure. Looking back, Shiva, I think it's an error again, but has rapid boots. I don't think that's right. Another flicker burnt out.
Oh, destination though, active, good time journey, but it will have enough range to take him down. Good job by Vincent. Vincent soaking damage, receiving damage. It seems like it will not be enough to take him down just yet as the purple buff now invaded in the mid. They might collapse on the mid here, looking at their situation, but no. Rebellion Zion says one structure is more than enough in the bottom lane.
Feels like a lock between both of these teams. They're trading really well. I mean, earlier on, Highs beautifully, right? Thread through the needle, was able to deal damage onto Shiva. Otherwise, I think that would have been a team fight in favor of Rebellion Zion outright.
It's a death ball that Rebellion Zion are building up towards. And finally here we get to see the itemization. 4 highs, he's already reached that power spike, being a 600 gold ahead, and he's already building towards what looks like a 100 strike early. He might actually just go for that Fury Hammer and then go for some defensive items like a Wind of Nature against this Bruno. Before Shiva, it's a Haas Claws, it's a Berserker's Fury working towards that Melfic Roar. And I think once he gets that Melfic Roar, that's when you can expect damage from this guy. Before that, I think Cars and Audi will be a bit too tanky for him to melt down, considering that Bigetron Alpha have this kind of composition where they need to look for a moment. They really need to rely on that Melfic Roar now.
13,000 HP. And Rebellion, they're looking for answers here. Oh, good burst on towards Cars, popping that consecration. Audi catching Super Ken. Oh, Shiva finds a kill in the backside though. It will be a trade. Moreno will fall. It's a 1-for-1. Oh, Moreno, good snipe as Super Ken will find the red trade. But it seems like Rebellion, the Blue Bulls, they're hungry for kills. Super Key will be taken out. It is going to be 1, 2, 3 members of BTR Alpha taken down.
Who was that worth it for?
I mean, I don't think nobody won that, I would say. 3 for 3. It's 3 kills, but it's also a Lord. So technically, Bigetron are able to buy some more time for the rest of the team to scale up. If they're able to clear out this mid wave, which it looks like they can, yeah, it's a stalemate. It's both teams just trading. There are no wins here.
But do you not think that it would be a little bit more in favor of Bigetron Alpha? Because that should have been a team fight and a Lord fight for Rebellion Zion out of pure level gap between the jungle and just gold gap between the gold laners.
In terms of the big picture, I will have to say it is worth it for Bigetron Alpha, who are still waiting to scale up.
Oh, good pull. Cars manages to find some space to escape. NOD secured by Key means that Suelo's regeneration and as well as Cars will be heavily negated.
Yeah, before I was interrupted there by a big wild charge. Yes, in terms of prolonging the game, which is Bigetron Alpha's strategy, sure, it's a win for them. It's a small win for them because they are able to stop Rebellion Zion's death ball from building again from that 2,000 gold lead, from becoming like a 4,000 or even a 6,000 gold lead. Yes, then. But with an Astral Echo, they can't really find any picks. They don't have any kill pressure for now.
That's why I think that kill onto Vincent was quite intelligently played by Bigetron Alpha. As there you go, they're trading really well, being able to get a second-tier turret in favor of a third in the top side, unless, of course, the Beatrice goes in for one. It looks like she is. And that mid turret is also going to fall. So now, Bigetron Alpha, they're caught in a very precarious place.
It's a tough spot, definitely. And you can see from the Lord advantage, it just barely got them in the right place. You know, it's still a gold earned for Rebellion Zion with that Lord advantage play. They weren't really able to utilize that Lord much, aside from, buying time. And for now, as long as this gold lead stays at 2,000, and both these teams are playing as disciplined as they are right now, Rebellion Zion are actually going to be the ones who start to struggle. They need to try to start to force the issue through invade and through, obviously, later, once the Lord spawns, the Lord dance. They need to be able to bait Bigetron Alpha out and to look for a creative angle to engage. Because with the Diggy, what it enables you to do is to have that formation stay put. It's always going to be a pure front to back with the Diggy. No one's going to be displaced, no one's going to be moved around.
You know what? One creative engage tool that Bigetron can exploit. We've seen this, we've casted the match, America. Chorizo with the Grok.
Oh, man.
IESF. This year, man. Let's see, let's hope for Bigetron Alpha's sake that Chorizo can find that play, that wall charge play. 25,000 HP on that Lord. Bigetron and Rebellion still just hovering, not committing on towards a fight or even on the Lord. Let's see the dance.
Super Ken should be level 15 soon, right?
Should be.
There you go.
Just a bit more, just a little chunk there, and he gets level 15. So both these junglers are equal now. I would have to say Baksha has a bit more of an advantage compared to the Martis when it comes to retry battles. But in terms of overall retry, I think Vincent's been the more impressive one this season.
Beatrix Sizemore spotted by the Astral Echo. Lord chunked. Lord Retribution. Who will get it? Well, Super Ken finds a Retribution. Now, Rebellion looking for a deja vu, looking for the collapse with Bigetron Alpha. With the disengage tool that they have this time, they will manage to squeak 5 members alive.
That was flawless. Other than the fact that they had to lose the bottom side turret because they didn't manage the waves properly. But that was a huge win for Bigetron Alpha, not losing a single member, being able to get the Lord. And Hyzamore got very low. They might actually go for it.
Super Ken under the turret will be taken now. The miscalculation there. Wow, what an onward by the Matador.
Auditizi knows Super Ken was once part of that team. Suelo! Oh no!
Isolated.
Flicker!
Flicker, hard guard to save his life. What a play by Suelo.
I don't know though, I feel like, sure, that is a hard guard, it's a clean escape. You did burn the Flicker, but you burned out a proper resource away. Now, the frontliners aren't as tanky.
Yarkar is losing his immortality. Good wall charge. Super Chorizo. Again, Chive finds the kill into his Audi, and it will be Rebellion now. Full defense Bigetron looking for the base turret in the bottom lane. Does not get it. Maybe next, but top lane, very vulnerable as well. And there you go. Base turret number 1 falls in Land of Dawn.
It only takes one moment for Bigetron Alpha to catch up, and this is what we were afraid of for Rebellion Zion. The fact that their comp falls off a lot harder than Bigetron Alpha towards that mid-late game.
Oh.
This is what we're seeing. They're going in for more!
Oh, Heiza more! What the heck? But the base, it's wide open. Bigetron looks for the end, and it seems like Bigetron Alpha, the Red Terminators, they strike first in this best of 5.
The calm before the storm, ladies and gentlemen. The power spike that hit for Bigetron Alpha in that 16th minute of the game. They were patient in that early. They withstood the chaos. The damage was minimal. And Bigetron, with one straight push, was able to turn around an entire